All right, quick warning. Once you understand attack mode, Formula E stops looking random and starts looking like a strategy game. So let's do the full story. What it is, why it exists, how it started, how it works today, and what to watch so you can read a race in real time. First, the history. In the early Formula E days, the big strategic moment was a car swap. Drivers literally pitted and jumped into a second car because the batteries couldn't do a full race at race pace. Then, Gen 2 arrived for the 2018-19 season. The cars got the range to go the distance, and that car swap strategy disappeared. Great for the sport, but it also removed the biggest wild card moment in the race. So Formula E and the FIA introduced attack mode as a new tactical layer, something every driver could use, but only if they were willing to take a risk on track position. That's the core idea to remember. Attack mode is not a free boost, it's a trade. Here's how it works today. In a Formula E race, there's a standard race power level, and then an attack mode power level that's higher. To activate it, the driver has to arm the system, then physically drive off the normal racing line through a dedicated activation zone on the circuit. That detour costs time, often puts you into traffic, and that's the price you pay. The reward is extra power for a limited time, and in the current rules, attack mode takes the car from 300 kilowatts up to 350 kilowatts. And there's another twist now. When attack mode is active, four-wheel drive is allowed, but the front axle is capped. So it's not just more power, it can change how the car launches and how it attacks out of slower corners. Now, who decides how much attack mode you get? Not the team. The FIA publishes the allocation in an official bulletin at the beginning of the event. Basically, how many activations you must do and how much time you're allocated. And here's a detail that surprises new fans. It's mandatory to activate attack mode the required number of times, but it's not mandatory to use every single second of the total time you were allocated. So yes, you can see a driver take attack mode late, and the clock might not fully run out before the finish, and that can be legal. There are also strict when you can't rules. You can't activate attack mode in the first 2 laps of a race. You can't activate it under safety car or full course yellow. You can't activate it until you've crossed the control line after a safety car ends. And you can't activate it if the part of the track where the activation zone sits is under local yellow flags. So, the system is designed to avoid drivers diving offline in dangerous conditions, and that's why you'll sometimes hear teams scream, "Not now," on the radio, because the window can close instantly. Okay, how does the activation physically happen? It's not magic. The car has to be armed, and then it must pass through timing loops in the activation zone. Think of it like a checkpoint system. You arm it, you hit the zone correctly, the system confirms it, and then the high-power timer starts. If a driver misses the zone by a meter or arms too early or too late, you can get those awkward moments where the on-screen graphic says they needed attack mode, but they didn't actually get it. That's not a bug. It's the risk of how precise the activation is. Now, why was attack mode created in the first place? 2 reasons. 1, it adds overtaking opportunities on tight street circuits where pure pace is often neutralized by traffic and energy saving. 2, it forces strategic divergence. If everyone drives the same energy target, races become trains. Attack mode breaks the train because somebody has to leave the racing line and the pack reshuffles. And that's the part that makes it look chaotic on TV. Positions can flip without a single overtake in frame, simply because one driver spent attack mode in clean air and another spent it in traffic. So, how do good teams use it? Here are the 3 classic plays. Play 1, the clean air grab. You take attack mode when there's a gap, so you don't waste the boost behind slower cars. Play 2, the defensive block. You take it right before a rival takes theirs, so you can cover them and keep position. Play 3, the offset. If everyone expects 2 activations, the smartest move is rarely to mirror the leader. It's to offset by a lap or 2, so your boost overlaps their weakness, and you pass while they're offline or while they're stuck in traffic. And one more thing. Neutralizations. Because you can't activate under safety car or full course yellow, the timing risk is huge. If you plan to take attack mode on lap X and then a caution appears, your whole plan collapses and you're forced into a new window. That's why Formula E teams look like they're doing live maths for 40 minutes straight. Now let's connect the past to the present. Back in the Gen 2 era, attack mode was also visually tied into the broadcast. Cars would show an electric blue indicator when attack mode was active, and it became a quick way for fans to track who was powered up at any moment. That's the point. Attack mode isn't just a gimmick. It's a broadcast-friendly strategy tool that replaced the old car swap era with something you can see and follow in real time. And now, in the Gen 3 era, it stacks with another major strategy element: Pit Boost. Pit Boost is a separate feature, a mandatory, ultra-fast charging stop in certain races, and it's independent of attack mode. So, modern Formula E can have two strategy bullets in one race. When do you detour for attack mode? And when do you stop for a 600 kilowatt charge? If that sounds like chaos, it can be, but once you know the rules, it's the best kind of chaos. So here's your cheat code for watching the next race. Don't stare at P1. Watch the attack mode counter. Watch who takes it in clean air. Watch who is forced to take it in traffic. And watch who gets trapped by a safety car window. That's where the race gets decided. If you want, I'll do part 2 next. Real examples. 3 races where attack mode flipped the winner step by step. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the second screen.